What's up, guys? YouTube and Wrestling Universe. I'm here with WWE TLC results and review, which took place Sunday, December 15th, 2019 from Indianapolis, Minnesota. WWE TLC kickoff show began at 6 p.m. and had the usual along with Humberto Carrillo versus Andrade. We get Lashley and Lana annoying as ever in an interview by the panel. And here's a quick question for everybody listening. What pair do you find more annoying, Bobby Lashley and Lana, or Bobby Lashley when he was with Lio Rush? I found it entertaining in this how Lashley had this look on his face like Lana is wild, what's going on? The Revival wound up interrupting Booker T later, taunting him. Hopefully this will set up a match with Harlem Heat in the future. I would love to see it. Honestly, I was a big Harlem Heat fan, and I'm a huge Revival fan as well. 25 minutes in, we get Humberto versus Andrade, and I really enjoyed this match, and I think it was a good way to start a pay-per-view. However, with it being on the pre-show, how many people actually got to see it? Andrade winds up getting busted open above the eye, it looked like, and Humberto winds up winning after a moonsault. We get more arguing with Andrade and Zelina as expected, and I wonder where they're going to go with this, if they separated the two. What would they do with each one of them? We then hear from Aleister Black, which is just more of the same talk. The actual TLC show starts off with the New Day versus the Revival in a ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I wanted the Revival to win and bring back the old school titles, but as expected, the New Day wound up retaining. This is a good use of ladders in this match, and it ends with Kofi Kingston as the last man on top of the ladder grabbing the championship in a great 25-minute opening match. We then have Caleb Braxton interviewing Baron Corbin, and he basically says that Reigns is going to bow to the king. Next up, we have Buddy Murphy versus Aleister Black, and I was hoping for big things with this match, and it didn't disappoint. It was a hard-hitting back-and-forth match that seen Aleister Black get the win. However, both men look good, and Murphy shows that he has Black's number. Aleister Black seems to get his nose busted open, having this be the second match of the night with the blood. Aleister Black, of course, gets the win. We then get Kayla again backstage with Rusev, who says he won't have to pay any alimony, and Rusev Day is back. He had a shirt with Andre the Giant on it, and I'm curious what the bottom of the shirt says, so if anyone knows, please let me know. Next is the War Raiders with the open challenge. I was hoping it wouldn't be the Usos. I want to see them on SmackDown, hoping Roman with the King's Court. OC came out to accept it, and this is a decent match that ends in a double countout, which ended ultimately with Carl Anderson going through the KFC table, and I assume this is going to start a feud between the two teams. Miz is in a backstage interview with guess who? Miz says he's fighting tonight as a dad and as a husband, protecting his family and not as a superstar. Next up is the Big Dog versus the King in a TLC match, and to me this seemed to go on a little too long. As Roman is running after Corbin outside the ring, Dolph Ziggler pops up and does a super kick, leading to this turning into a 2-on-1 attack. As Roman goes wild with a kendo stick, the Revival wind up coming out to take him out, and Baron Corbin winds up getting a win when this becomes a 4-on-1. Next up, we have Bray Wyatt versus The Miz, which was a little weird. Daniel Bryan returns in the end, looking more like Bryan Danielson with the shorter hair and beard. Bray doesn't put up much of a fight in the beginning of the match, but he eventually gets the win. The Fiend's shown on the screen, and then Bray grabs the mallet to use on Miz before the lights go out. When they come back on, Daniel Bryan's going after Bray. Daniel Bryan goes to use the mallet as well, but the lights go out, and then Bray winds up disappearing. And this seemed to be more about further story development, but my question is, why didn't Daniel Bryan wind up getting a haircut the usual way? And how is this a part of the storyline? Next up, we have Bobby Lashley versus Rusev in a tables match, and let's all hope that Lana goes through the table. The match was okay. Lana came in the ring, and as I thought she was going to catch a spear, when she was on the back of Rusev, she unfortunately got out of the way. Bobby Lashley winds up putting Rusev through the table for the win. The Street Profits are in the back, and then we see Roman Reigns and King Corbin going at it, as well as some other guys backstage. We then get the main event TLC match for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair versus Asuka and Kairi Sane of the Kabuki Warriors. And the Kabuki Warriors wind up retaining and possibly the best match of the show. Afterwards, we see King Corbin and Roman Reigns still going at it along with other members of the locker room. Overall, the show wasn't really anything special or must-see. The opening was good, as well as Black versus Murphy. I also enjoyed the pre-show match more than most of the main show. TLC was a show to watch some wrestling and nothing more. I'm sure I could have invested those hours into something more important, but it is what it is. The Raw Fallout actually had the Viking Raiders OC match that we should have had at the pay-per-view. We had a really good gauntlet match to determine a United States Championship #1 contender, which could have also been a part of the pre-show since it involved Humberto and Andrade. I guess we needed one more one-on-one match between the two in WWE's mind. We also seen a Liv Morgan vignette and Deonna Purrazzo on Raw against Asuka, which was a nice surprise. I could see them beginning to build to the Royal Rumble, which I assume is why everyone started brawling at the TLC pay-per-view as well. Anyhow, guys, did you enjoy the show? Let me know below. And as always, thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for your patience, and thank you for taking the time to watch and listen to the videos. Stay tuned.